Hello and welcome to the Chef in the Box. Today's menu is lobster ravioli with charred leeks, beetroot salsa and lobster emulsion. And for the vegetarian option, you have a spinach and parmesan ravioli with a beetroot salsa and a lemon emulsion. So to start off, you will require to get a pan of water with a slotted spoon or a holy spoon if you can. This is going to help you to get the ravs out. And turn that and bring it to the boil. Put an oven on at 200 degrees. We're also going to put the loaf of Woodspeen bread into the oven, and that again can warm up whilst we are starting the starter. Okay, so pan of water needs to come to the boil. So whilst the pan of water is coming to the boil, you're going to place your charred leeks in a backpack bag into the pan of water, and you'll also have a tub of your raviolis. Again, only when the pan of water's come to the boil. When it comes to the boil, we will turn it off, okay? We don't want it to be rapid boiling. These ravs are already done, cooked. The pasta's just been slightly blanched, so it's just a case of we're looking to reheat them. So, pan of water's come to the boil, turn it off, and now place your raviolis into the pan of water. Keep the plastic tub, that is reusable, just needs to be washed, and all of these little tubs here are recyclable and can go into the compost, okay, once you've used. Obviously this one, just wash and you can reuse it at home for storage in your fridge. Set yourself a timer for 5 minutes, and that's going to be long enough then just to warm the raviolis through. And then, like I say, have a tray ready with a cloth on, and you can now take off the lids for the rest of the mise en place. So obviously the pink is going to be your lobster emulsion, and you've got the lemon emulsion above. Again, lids, this will all go into the compost. And then now grab yourself your plates, because we can get all of this now. Whilst the ravs are warming, we can start to present and get it ready. So I'm going to present one of each. So we're going to have one plate for the vegetarian and one plate for the lobster rav. So with the emulsions first, spoonful down into the middle of the plate, and then just with the back of your spoon, try and make a circular, doesn't have to be perfect, and quite wide. So go out to as close as you can to the, okay. And then we're going to do the same for the lemon emulsion. So this is the vegetarian one. Clean your spoons, because we're going to need them now to quenelle the beetroot salsa. So with the beetroot salsa, get yourself your 2 spoons, ideally the same size and shape, and just go down the spoon and force the spoon around the shape of the spoon, and then you're going to place the quenelle top of the plate, 12 o'clock. Again, you don't want to put too much on this spoon. The more you have on the spoon, the harder it is. So you're looking at about half a spoonful to be shaping. And we're going to repeat this, and we're going to do a slightly smaller one, and then put that towards the bottom of the plate at 6 o'clock. Okay, with the pea shoots, place them onto a tray. Open them up, and then now just around the outside, even the tenderals at the top. And again, using the outside circular from the emulsion for your guider to just place the pea shoots. Keep a couple just to place on top for the presentation. And there we have it. We've got 1 minute left. We're just going to wait for that 1 minute, and the raviolis will be the last things that are going to come out of the pan. We'll get the leeks out first onto the plate, and then the lobster ravs will be the remainder. So whilst we're waiting now, we can get the bread out of the oven. That's had 4 or 5 minutes. It just needs that to warm up. Place that onto your board. Careful, it will be warm. With the box, you also get the homemade hummus and butter. And then maybe on a board, just place the bread pre-sliced, ready to take to the room. And then we've got 10 seconds left. So I'm going to start now to get the leek out of the pan. Cut the bag with some scissors. Slide it out. There we go, stop the timer. Slide out these bags into the bin, and then with the leek through the middle, and then now finally the ravs. With the holy spoon, lift them up, slightly tilt them so you get the water at the top, place them down, and obviously maybe a good little tip as well, if you have the vegetarian options, obviously remember where they are, or have 2 smaller pans of water. A little bit of salt on top, and then with the spoon, place the raviolis between about 4 o'clock and 10 o'clock on the plate. And then the last couple just dotted over. So there you have it, you have your starters. Lobster ravioli, beetroot salsa, charred leeks, and a lobster emulsion. And a vegetarian option, spinach and parmesan. So before you go and enjoy your starter, we need to get the main course ingredients ready. So in your box, you'll find you have your Wellington. If you remove that from the bag, you have red wine jus. Just place that into the pan of water, and you have potato rostis. Now they can go straight into the oven onto a tray. Potato rosti, straight like that, okay? And then straight into your oven. And then joining that, you're going to place your Wellington onto a tray, and you're going to cook that at the temperature of 200 degrees for 22 to 25 minutes. Again, that can now be in the oven. Set yourself a timer for 20, just again, so if you're still enjoying your starter, the timer will tell you that the Wellington needs to come out and be rested for 10. Okay, I hope you enjoyed your starter. The timer's now just gone off, so if we just turn that off, you can leave the Wellington in. It's probably got another couple of minutes, but what we're going to do is turn the pan of water that was off and you left with just the red wine sauce in, turn it back up to number 9, just to bring it back up to heat, ideally a boil, and place your carrots and your spinach in there. So that can just come up to the boil. Keep an eye on it, but it shouldn't take too long to come back up. And then now you're going to go into the oven, remove your Wellington off the tray with a fish slice or the tray, and that's looking for a nice golden colour. And that's taken 22 minutes. Again, if you think you want a bit more colour, you can probably go for another 5 afterwards, but that's the ideal colour. Put it down onto a board, remove the grease proof, and that's now just going to sit there and rest for 10 minutes. Set yourself a timer for 10 minutes. Once the pan's come up to the boil, turn it off, and that's just going to basically reheat the sauce and the vegetables that are in there. And you can now also remove at the same time potato rostis and just leave them on the tray just so they stay warm. Turn them over, ready to go. You can get yourself 2 plates, board and a serrated knife ready to have the Wellington put on, and you can take that in and carve it in the dining room. And like we say, we've now got 9 minutes, so we can just have another drink. So the timer's gone off. That's enough time for the veg. Reset the timer. That's enough time to let the Wellington rest, and the veg is now hot, good to go. So we're now going to present. So with a spoon, remove the potato rostis onto cloth, the bags of spinach, or bag depending on how many portions you have, empty straight out onto the tray. Same with the carrots, but again, please use a spoon or some tongs to get them out. As you can see, I'm not going in with my hands, even that water's too hot for my hands. Place the carrots. I leave the red wine sauce in there, that's absolutely fine. Place the Wellington onto the board, potato rosti, place the spinach in a line like so. Now place the rosti on top, so there just to support it, and then just with the carrots, little crisscross on top of the rosti. These are roasted, got some nice honey, bit of glaze to them, and then you've got 4 on top. And then finally, because we're ready to go, again with a spoon, remove the red wine sauce, little hole in the corner, doesn't have to have the whole thing, and pour from the bag, because it's going to be really hot, into sauce jug. Place the jug onto the board or take it to the table, and there you have your truffled leek and chicken Wellington with red wine jus, potato rosti, and honey glazed carrots. Enjoy. So I hope you've enjoyed your main course and you've left yourself some space for desserts. So left in the box, you're going to have your dessert ingredients, obviously as well with some jellies and some chocolates for your petit fours. So in the box, you're going to have 1 tub. In there is 2 items, which is the crystallized hazelnuts, placed down to a tray, and the orange marmalade, homemade at the Woodspeen. In here, you've got, again, tub, and it's got the coffee powder. In the piping bag, you have the chocolate and hazelnut creme pat, and you've got the 2 choux buns. So onto a tray. Just going to place them into the oven, literally 2 minutes, and that's just to warm them up, and also more than anything to get the crust back on the outside. So set the timer for 2 minutes. Whilst that's in the oven, if you grab the piping bag, push a little bit, so pinch the end of the bag so you leave yourself a little bit exposed, and then cut along, ready for you to be able to pipe later. If you get yourself a little step palette knife and a serrated knife, ready for when we want to cut the choux when they come out, and grab yourself 2 plates of what you would like to serve your dessert on. So whilst that's in the oven, we can actually get a pastry ring and place the coffee powder, or half of it, into the ring. It's almost like dust, so just with the spoon, just push it in and around, and then push down on it and almost flatten it so it becomes a bit more stable. Same with the other ring, the remainder in. Again, this is coffee powder, and then pat down, remove the ring. If you don't have a ring, we'll ask you on reception when you come and collect the box, and we'll have some pre-made rings ready for you so you can take home if you wish, because it will make the dish look a little bit more special on this special day. Okay, so the timer's gone off. Turn the timer off and reset. And then into the oven with a cloth. Grab the shoe, leave it on the tray. You can turn the oven off. Even though they've been in, they will still be warm. Remove them onto a board. And again, just give them another couple of minutes on there, just so you can make them more easy to hold and handle. Get your piping bag ready. So push the mix a little bit on the back. Get yourself a spoon ready for the marmalade, and then with a serrated knife, just gently cut through, opening it up. Same with the other one, or ones, depending again on how many portions you've got. Okay, in here, you're going to apply just a thin, we don't want too much, ring of the chocolate and hazelnut, just on the base, and then place the lid back on top. Okay. Now place this on top of the coffee powder, nice and gently, because as soon as you put the weight on it, it will just push down on the coffee powder. So nice and gently. And then orange marmalade, spoon it on the middle and let it sit, and it will run through the hole and the gap, almost forming a center inclusion. So that's the orange. And then the final little bit of the chocolate in and around like a ring. And then finally, the hazelnuts recrystallized, just place them on the round, in on top. And there you have your Mother's Day desserts. Coffee powder with a chocolate and hazelnut shoe, orange marmalade.